Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for staying with us this afternoon. And we apologize for doing the training late today. So my name is Adebayo, and I'll be your facilitator today for the stress management as our topic. So we start with the image, as you can see, adding pressure to relieve stress. So let's go to what is stress to some people. Stress to some people is a fact that most people see, try to neglect whenever they face it. They don't assume that they are facing stress. They try to shy away from it. And you may not be able to get rid of it, but you can find ways to lower it. Just like we have some ailments, like I mentioned in my introductory video, that some ailments you can't cure them, but you can manage them. Same as stress, you can also manage it. So what are the ways to see stress? You can either fight it or flight it, just like we have with that. When situations seem threatening to us, our bodies react quickly to supply protection by preparing to take action. So it's either you fight stress or you run away from it, which is the flight. And what makes something stressful to you? We have various problems that can make something stressful to you, which are situations that have strong demands, situations that emulate life transmission, tyranny and doubt, desirable and controllability. So these are some of the things that make something stressful to you. We go ahead and look at why some stress are not bad. Most times we see stress as a bad thing, but some of the time it's not really bad. Examples of this are stress that has to do with financial difficulty, which are distress. So because we have two various types of stress, which is the distress and the eustress. So the one that is very bad is the distress. Where the eustress, it's not really bad as most people say it. So examples of the eustress is when you have anxiety, like graduating from college, getting married, receiving a promotion, or changing of jobs. These are some of the eustress that are good for our bodies. So the next one is what are stress responses? We have various examples of stress responses. These are physical responses, behavioral responses, mental response, and emotional response. With all these, you know which one you are really battling with. Is this mental response or physical or behavioral or emotional? So you can use this to check yourself as well. What is stressful to you? What is stressful to you may not be a stress to someone else. So with this table here, you can also check out what is stress. Some, it could be work related, it could be study, it could be mental health, it could be relationship with family, friends, trauma. We have various types: getting married, changing to a new school, changing eating habits, death of family, changing amount of reaction, buying a house, different kinds of stress. So you have to check out what is really stressful to you. And why do we stress out? This is a question. We have two major reasons, just like I have here. So we perceive a situation as dangerous, difficult, or painful. That's the one major reason. And the second is we don't believe we have the resources to cope. When you have these two, you tend to stress out in whatever you are doing. And what are the warning signs when it comes to stress? We always have the red flag when it comes to stress. There are things that will give you that, oh, you are getting stressed. There will be symptoms and whatever it is that will show you that you are stressed, and you may break down by sickness or burnout or whichever. So those are the signals, the red flags that you see that will make you know that you are under stress. So another way to keep out is if we keep pushing ourselves, eventually something inside of us will send red flags or warning signs, and stress is becoming a problem. So by then, you have to stop whatever you are doing and take a break. So suggestions for reducing stress. Here I have about 13 items which gives a way of reducing stress. The first one here is finding a support system. How do you do that? by talking to some group of people, relating with them, telling them what you are going through, and they give you ideas on ways to reduce whatever you are going through by giving you solutions to the problem you've shared with them. Another way is change your attitude. Find other ways to think about stressful situation. He said life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. So whatever we do, we must be careful with our attitude as well towards stress, because our attitude also brings about stress. The next one is that be realistic. Set practical goals for dealing with situations and solving problems. Develop realistic expectations of yourself and others. Wherever you find yourself, be realistic. Make sure that whatever goal you are setting, it's real. Don't set a realistic goal which will cause stress at the long run. Another one is get organized and change and take charge. So when you are organized, you tend to take charge, be in control of whatever you are facing. So in doing that, you won't break down, you won't experience stress. Number 5 said, take breaks, give yourself me time. Most of the time, we tend to do it all. We want to be there for this, we want to be there for that. And with doing that, we don't have our time alone to think, to meditate, or to do what is important to us. So you must be able to take a mean time alone to meditate on what you are doing so that you don't get stressed out. Number 6 says, take good care of yourself. Eat properly, get regular rest, keep a routine, allow yourself to do something you enjoy each day. With this, you can reduce stress as well by the time you take good care of yourself. So the next one says, learn to say no. It's not everything you have to say yes to. What you know you can do, just tell them, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do this. Don't say because you want to please everyone, you have to say yes to whatever request you ask for, or you ask for, do you have a social amount you can lend? You know you don't have it, or the one you have, you want to make use of it, but still you go ahead to learn. And in doing that, you start thinking, how do you get some money back or the money back? That will lead to stress. And by learning to say no, you can reduce stress. So get regular exercise. When you're exercising, you get to take away stress off you, because exercise brings the mind together, which will reduce stress as well. And the next one said, get a hobby, do something different. For a balanced lifestyle, play is as important as work. Like we all know, all work and no play makes just a dull boy. So whatever we do, we should have time to also play. It shouldn't be about work. We should relax, take a break most of the time. Next one says, slow down. Know your limits and cut down on the numbers of things you try to do each day, particularly if you do not have enough time for them or for yourself. So in whatever you are doing, you must also slow down. Don't be too fast to get to what you want to do. You must stay focused by slowing down, taking things one at a time. Don't do it all at once. So the 11th one, you said laugh, use humor, do something fun and enjoyable, such as seeing a funny movie, laughing with friends, reading a news book, or going to a comedy show. With this, you try to reduce stress from yourself so that you don't break down on the long run. And here we have learn to relax. Most of us, we don't take time to relax whenever we are under stress, and we don't know that without taking time to relax, sleep, and the rest, we break down easily. So develop a regular relaxation routine. Try yoga, meditation, or something quiet or simple time. And some simple quiet time. So in doing this, you will learn to relax and take away stress from yourself. And the last one here, we have write it down. So how do you do that? Write down what stresses you out. Take a pen and a book and try to write out what gives you stress. Next one is better yet, write down what you are grateful for in life. Just like we always say, the gratitude journal we talk about here at Hardball. Don't always assume that whoever you are grateful for already know. Try to write them down so that you will have that in mind and always show gratitude. And the third one says, gratitude will relieve stress and anxiety by focusing on the positive. Changes your mindset to a more positive frame of mind. So when you try to write things down, it changes your mindset about things you are doing. Here we have some bonuses which says realization exercises. Many different kinds, but two are deep breathing and visualizing. When you take your time to relax by taking a deep breath in and out, you try to burn stress out, and you are back to yourself. And visualizing it like trying to take your mind out of where you are, thinking of something good, like we were taught by Michael Jacobs about visualizing like a beach or something. It tries to reduce stress. That's why visualizing is also important when it comes to stress, reducing stress. So we also have a few steps here that can assist in stress management. One of it is try to change the way you appraise a situation to make it less stressful. The second one is remember stress is normal, but watch out for symptoms of stress. When you have stress, you should know the red flags so that you slow down when the symptoms are showing. So practice relaxation techniques. There are many ways you can practice relaxation, like the yoga, meditation, or take a vacation. And that's why they contact a professional for counseling in case you can't deal with stress when you are under stress and you need a professional help. You can seek. There are many counselors into stress management that also deal with the mental health so that you can relieve yourself of stress. So we also I have a link here that will take you to a stress quiz, which I'll send to everybody, so we can take it at our own time to know if you are under stress or not. So we can find this link, and by the time I send it to you, we can check our stress level. Though it's not scientifically tested, but it shows you that okay, you're under stress, or you are normal, you are not under stress with this stress quiz. So that's the end of my training. So thank you all for joining me this afternoon. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, kindly drop at our comment section. Thank you. Do have a wonderful day ahead.